Kiziah Philbert has a very interesting project. He says that to me in his note, this is what I want to do to sort out poverty in my country, Kenya, after reading the book Out of Poverty and talking. Kiziah, I'm honored that I was able to make some impact on your very creative project. And I have some questions. But very briefly, Hunger Below Zero is a way of encouraging people in Kenya, many of whom are undernourished, to grow high-value vegetables, indigenous vegetables, and both earn an income from selling vegetables into the market and improve their nutrition by eating some of them. This is a fairly integrated, somewhat complicated operation where Hunger Below Zero nurseries produce seedlings, vegetable seedlings. Then they produce vegetable crates which people grow the seedlings in, and they also, I think, help with the sales of the vegetables. Here are the basic suggestions I would have, and I can't understand your business without being there and going into much more detail. So forgive me if I come up with things that are not applicable. The first question I would have is, how can you make the whole Hunger Below Zero operation into an economically sustainable enterprise? I think you do generate some income from seedlings and the different things that you do. But in my experience, it's really important for a poverty alleviation initiative to have everybody connected with it, earning a decent livelihood from it. So as an example, when we set up an organizational structure to sell 1 million treadle pumps in Bangladesh, the players in that structure were small workshops that manufactured the treadle pumps, village dealers who earned a 12% margin from selling them, village well drillers who earned 5 cents a foot from drilling the well and installing the treadle pump, and then finally the farmers themselves who grew vegetables and sold them and earned money from that. If everybody in that network doesn't make money, then it's only as strong as your weakest link. So in your system, you've got people who make boxes. You've got people who create seedlings. You've got people who market the vegetables. Does each of them earn enough income to make it worthwhile for them to pursue as a serious business? That's a critical part of it. And the other hint from our experience is one of the critical decisions is which vegetables are you growing, and how do you water the vegetables? How do you water the seedlings? I assume you water them by hand in these crates. I think the crates are an interesting idea. But you need to have a system then for each of these things to be operating as a profitable business. The one final thing I would mention is this. We found that when we were encouraging people to grow vegetables to improve their livelihoods, that it's more important to help them sell what they produce than it is to encourage them to eat. Anybody who grows vegetables ends up coming up with some tomatoes that are lopsided and not easily saleable, and they're going to eat those anyway. So it's really important to focus on markets. And in that respect, the final thing that I would suggest is how you pick which crops people grow is also critically important. With vegetables, some vegetables are worth a lot more than others, and vegetables grown in the off-season, if you have irrigation, are worth 2 or 3 times what they are when they are grown in the rainy season. So what I normally do is talk to a bunch of people in the area who are in the business of growing and selling vegetables, see which kinds of vegetables bring the most, especially in the off-season, in terms of income, and then modify that by which of those vegetables that bring the most income are likely to not drop in price precipitously if you start producing more of them. So usually I found it useful to recommend 4 or 5 different types of vegetables to grow, and it's usually much more income generating to have a special focus on the dry season when prices are much higher. Good luck with your venture, and it sounds like a very interesting Hunger Below Zero project. Let me know how it works out, and congratulations on what you've done so far.